Dimp Digital presents Idle Game Chat.
Hello, Apps here from Dimp Digital. Welcome to Idle Game Chat. This is the weekly video games podcast where we give our impressions of the video games that you can play today, react to the latest news from the wonderful world of video games, and much, much more. We are here every single Monday on your favourite podcast app and YouTube. Absolutely free. Unbelievable value. I'm joined this week by the reigning Dimp Digital Gaming Quiz Champion. It's Tom Adkins, not Adcock. How's it going?
Hello. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I did wonder whether you was going to show because of this PS4 fan noise issue. We are counting down almost the hours to The Last of Us Part 2. Reviews are in. Huge scores on OpenCritic. I think it was sitting at a 96 last time I fucking looked. So that's like second in their all-time list. And you're having a bit of a botherance with your PS4.
Oh, fucking... this is what I'm getting ready for it. Just now, I was playing Spider-Man, and the fan noise was overpowering my telly, which was on 13, which is normally pretty decent sound, but it's just a fucking joke. It's such a shit console. Got fucking incredible games, but as in a designer point, fucking piece of shit, that fan noise. It really annoys me.
Yeah, to be honest, I was trying to play the Xbox One X the other day, and it wouldn't let me sign in. Kept saying I had to sign in from the profile menu. Then it just crashed and restarted, and I was like, what are these? What have they sold me up the river with these fucking upgrade consoles, and they're both just falling apart a few years in?
It's like the old mobile phones. They seem to have like a lifespan, and then like once you're starting to be due an upgrade, it'll start slowing down, shit will start going wrong.
No, it's not ideal.
Consoles on their last legs, bless them.
Yeah, well, fortunately, we've got a huge show today that may resolve this issue in a few months' time, because we're going to give our impressions and reactions to the Future of Gaming PS5 showcase that Sony streamed on June the 11th. And, we're going to run through that blow by blow, talk about some of the stuff that we thought looked interesting, and then have a little chat afterwards to see where we're at with next gen and what's going to be happening come, we assume, November. But before we get into the meat of the show, as usual, if you do enjoy Idle Game Chat, first of all, let all your mates know who play video games or like video games. As you know, we're on all the podcast apps, we're on YouTube, it's all free. But if you do want to kick us a few bucks each month, you can head over to patreon.com/Idle Game Chat, and you can have the opportunity to become one of our very special patrons on there and get some cool rewards in return. So here we go, Adkins. We're going to barrel through all the games. Well, hopefully we've got all the games, because you made the list and was maybe a bit impaired during the time of watching this. So I'm relying totally on you, who was intoxicated with something. And then we're gonna do some wrap up about next gen and whatnot. But we're going to go blow by blow. Some games will get a couple of seconds, some may get some in-depth chat. We'll just see how we go. We play it loosey-goosey here on Idle Game Chat. One thing that surprised me was this was an hour and 14 minutes overall for the stream coming out. So that didn't surprise me too much, but I was surprised at the amount of time that was given and the volume of games that were kind of smaller stroke indie titles. It seemed like they wanted to give that platform back, and I find that Sony sort of with smaller games, they put the spotlight on them for like a couple of years, and they get a bit bored and they sort of tail off, and they do it again, they sort of spike up. And this looks like it's another area where they're trying to showcase that, yes, we've got some first parties, we've got some third parties like big publishers and developers supporting this, but we've also got some cool indie games that we want to showcase on our PS5 showcase stream, which is a huge deal for those smaller ones.
Yeah, definitely. I thought, I was surprised at that. I thought that they could have split it into two and had like a more of an indie focus one, but the fact that they're mixing it shows that they have some trust in some of these indies ones, and there were a few that were sort of quite interesting. Yeah,
we will get to all of those. This was a PS5 showcase, so we was here to see PS5 games, yet we kick off the stream with a trailer for GTA 5 on PS4.
fucking. Well, I was on Twitter about 20 minutes before this was kicking off. Hype was at an all-time thing, and there was a few rumours there going, just imagine if they announced GTA 6.
Yeah, of course.
And the Rockstar logo came up, and my ticker just went, oh, I can't deal with these edibles for long.
Yeah.
So, I thought it, and then, alas, it was
GTA 5 coming to PS5.
When was that? 2015, was it?
2013.
13, was it? Fuck
yeah,
me.
same year as The Last of Us, OG.
It's literally the new Skyrim, isn't it? And if something new comes along, I'm surprised they ain't got it on that Switch yet.
No, I wouldn't put it past them. Really odd way to kick off your presentation. Like, I mean, what do they say? It's coming to PS5, so we can assume there's going to be a new version on Xbox Series X as well, I would imagine. Current PS4 owners will get $1 million a month in GTA Online per month until the launch of the game on PS5. And if you get
as well.
Yeah, exactly. And if you get the PS5 within the first 3 months, you will get GTA Online for free. I have a fear. It sounds like they're separating it there. Like if you're just getting GTA Online and whatnot.
Wonder if they can start implementing crossplay.
Yeah,
PC boys.
They need to be doing that crossplay, I think, for next gen. Like, there's literally no excuse now. Like one of the things about GTA Online is that it's great. We spoke about it last week on Games of the Decade, how much of such a stellar game it is. But that netcode, that getting it in and out of games, like getting in and out of heists, just sitting there with your thumb up your arse for at least a quarter of the time that you're on. So that needs serious improvement. And if they can do crossplay with, if you've got it on Xbox and I've got it on PlayStation, why can't we play like we can play Warzone together on Call of Duty? So it's all, the walls are crumbling for crossplay. I'm hoping GTA Online, for at least for next gen, has that in place. But a really strange way to open this. Yeah,
I've got to say, I was, especially because they've done like a PS4 montage, sort of showing it, and GTA 5 Remastered essentially was on PS4 and would have been a real probably one of the best-selling games on the PS4, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
The best-selling game. But, and then to kick that off, a very strange thing. I mean, if you haven't played it by the PS5, fucking hell.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
If it when it comes out for, let's just say, for example, PS5, and they're like, there you go, Adkins, enhanced and expanded campaign, and 60 frames, 4K, one of the games of the decade potentially. Are you going to be tempted to go, well, I might as well just pick that up one more time?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I've got the PC version, but my old potato can't run it at 4K, so it would be delicious to see that. Should be like, I suppose I don't. No, I don't own it on PS4. We should get like a free upgrade. Yeah,
I have got it on PS4, so I'm hoping that there is some sort of upgrade thing. I've got a feeling some of the bastards won't. But GTA 5 kicks it off, and then they make a point of saying, like, from now onwards everything's PS5. We promise. It's all going to be PS5 footage. A real weird way to kick it off, and I don't know. Maybe it was trying to lower the expectation, so you're not going in thinking it was going to be banger. Just gets out of the way with, doesn't it? Like, that's people know GTA 6 isn't coming by this point, and they're like, okay, let's move on from that little pipe dream. And I think that throughout this whole event, there was like little teasers of little stuff, and I think that's what they were doing. Like, just by showing that Rockstar logo, it was getting that anticipation, and then they kept doing that with the little cutaways in between each game and that, and I was like, oh. Did you bother to listen to this with headphones on? Because they made a big thing about 3D audio, like if you can put some headphones on. I didn't actually, no. I didn't either. I haven't heard anyone talk about it either, so I'm assuming it maybe wasn't that big a deal. But as usual, fill us in if we're incorrect, and maybe I'll go back and stick some headphones on. So we get to the first real PS5 bits of footage, and it turns out it's Spider-Man Miles Morales coming holiday 2020, which, I mean, if we assume the consoles are launching in November, which I think is a fair assumption or a fair guess, this is surely a launch title. Because December, is it coming out? I don't know. But I'd imagine, it's got to be that sort of thing. So it's going to be close, if not on day one. I can see it being a big enough seller to stick it day one. Oh yeah, it should be. Like, they should absolutely do what they can to get this day one. So some details came out after this, because I didn't know what it was. It was a sequel. Yeah, they didn't really say what it was, but it turns out it's an expansion basically, similar to First Light from Infamous, and also Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So that's what we're getting. You've just been playing Spider-Man. I don't know if you wanted to play it or whether you was just testing out the PS4 before
the
The Last
DLC
of
the
Us.
other day because of this trailer. Got me hyped again, and I thought, I don't.
Maybe there's some miles in the DLC.
That's what I wondered. So I thought I'm going to get the full experience, and just have a little run through of it, and then this fucking better on PS5. Because they're saying it's an upgrade. They've sort of tweaked it a bit. Certainly the cutscenes and you couldn't really tell if it was proper gameplay, but it looked like there was a bit in there, and that certainly looked a bit more enhanced.
Yes.
So it would be interesting to see. But you can bet your bottom dollar this will end with some sort of setup for a full sequel.
Yeah, which we expect.
Hell yeah, fucking! If we're getting another, like a 6 hour, 7 hour, whatever, watered down version in 6 months, I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that on day one for sure.
I like the aesthetic of it as well.
All snowing.
That's it, a real inspiration with the neon colours from the Into the Universe film.
Yeah.
Which obviously got huge praise and is a very good film.
That's based on Miles, isn't it, that film? Yeah. So there you go. Gran Turismo 7.
Ooh,
no release window from what I saw.
No, I thought that. I assumed this would be a launch title because you need a racing.
You got to have a racing. You got to have a driving game or a racing game on launch. But I would imagine they would have said that like Holiday 2020 if it's ready. But yeah.
Looks good. Looked flashy. This is the trouble that I found with this stream, and it's been with the recent state of plays as well. You get this 720 grainy.
It just gets wrecked, doesn't it? Like all the good games look like shit. Like you have to go back and wait until they've uploaded it separately, and you've got a nice 4K version. And you're like, right, this looks good. Ghost of Tsushima was the big one for me. I was watching that live, and I was like, this looks like fucking garbage. And then you said, "Oh, watch the archive one." And put it in 4K, and I did, and I was like, right, now this looks good, like big boy shit, yeah.
And that's exactly what I did with this Gran Turismo. I was sort of just like, meh, it looks meh. And then, like I say, when you watch it back in 4K, you're like, oh, okay.
I see what you're doing.
I've not played one since, I think the original PS. I think I might have had one on the PS3, like one. There was like a small test, like a sort of prequel one.
A-Spec or something, wasn't it?
A-Spec, that was it. I had that. But
yeah. I had
towards the Forza way.
Yeah, I did as well. I had GT2 on PS1. Was that? I think it was. I think they had GT1, whatever platform it was on, but it was a hooky version of it. Didn't play it much, and I mean, you got to have a Gran Turismo. I'm surprised that it's not either been announced or isn't going to come launch, because that's like an easy win. Like this, the racing games feel like showcase games that you can show off and say, look how good this fucking looks. And
that's it, yeah.
We'll see when that comes out, but I don't have much faith in this being a groundbreaking racing title.
No, it didn't look like they were adding anything new to the system, really. No. Things all box standard.
Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart. Speaking of adding for stuff new,
very good.
What's this Rift mechanic we're looking at?
Yeah, see, I think this is almost going to be like a bit of a tech demo by showing off this new capability where you won't have loading screens, so you can go from world to world. I think pretty much old Cern who's been on the phone and gone, look, we need something to showcase.
I've said all this stuff about the SSD, and I need someone to prove it. Someone, Insomniac, please. And I went, well, I've got Spider-Man. I was like, push it back, do an expansion and get Ratchet and Clank
in New York. You can't be getting across the country. So, was surprised to see that. Like, I did think it was probably time. I really enjoyed that first game. I thought that looked fucking incredible. I thought that was like playing like a Pixar film or something.
Oh, yeah, that looked great.
And then I watched a comparison video of the new trailer compared to that, and it's like night and day of how impressive it looks.
Yeah.
So that'd be an interesting. Yeah, I enjoyed that first game, so I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
But like I say, I do feel that this was a bit of a sort of a tech demo showing off your SSD.
Got to show that sparkly SSD off. Yeah, because it basically The only thing I would say is the sections where they showed like the dimension or the rift changing. I guess they'll call it. Come up with a better name than that, but they look like areas where you didn't have much control over. Like it was quite scripted.
Like you're sort of free falling through it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it didn't feel like I could just go, oh, I'm in trouble here. Oh, let me open a rift here and just jump out of this world, which would be really, really impressive. But we'll see later on how it plays. No release window for that, so Insomniac have stuffed that up their arses and gone, well, it's there, but you ain't having it day one, that's for sure. You're going to get Miles roaring around a snowy New York City. I'm assuming it's going to be in New York.
Must have slipped into 2 teams, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, what did they do with Uncharted Lost Legacy? Like, literally, Druckmann had nothing to do with it, didn't he?
It was something. It was the other co-director.
That's it.
Done Uncharted 4. Yeah, it was like, right, I'll have a go at this. Yeah. Give it a me.
So maybe it's a similar situation or similar setup there. Insomniac. Square Enix pop up next. Project Aethia.
I thought this was going to be a fucking Final Fantasy 16.
I thought it was Tomb Raider at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I saw, like, the dark hair, like a slender woman, and I was like, maybe they're going to either carry on with the reboots or do another one, like reboot her again. But no, it's something called Project Aethia. There's no release window. PS5 and PC, apparently.
Yeah.
Not really sure what we saw other than a lady traversing across, a grassy knoll, and I think she fired some roots out at something. But I was like, okay, fine.
Yep.
didn't have to be there.
No, it's interesting. I hope they give it a decent name, because I've had a lot of these games. Remember there was that, what was it, Project Octopath Traveler, and I was like, well, that's obviously just like a template. And then by the end of it, they're like, do you know what?
That's the name.
Just remove the project, and
we're going to keep that. Yeah.
So, be interesting to see if they come up with something just be called Aethia.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, looked nice. Don't know really, like you say, there wasn't much you could really tell.
No, we'll see. I'm sure that'll come back in 2021 with some more details. Then we get a little cat simulator game, Stray. Now, this looks... Well, from what I understand, you're controlling a cat roaring around, trying to do whatever. But I quite liked I was intrigued by the world it was setting, because it looked like there was no humans there and it was all robots. So I'm wondering whether part of the story is you as the cat sort of unveiling to the player exactly what happened to the world, like maybe a Horizon Zero Dawn type thing, and you'll be like, oh, obviously as a cat you won't know, but as a human playing the cat you go, cool, wiped out.
Yeah, it does look that's quite cool. Have you ever watched this? There's a program on like a little mini series on Netflix. It's all like sort of mini, like 2-3 minute clips, like CGI clips, and there's one that seems very inspired. I think it's called Sex Robots and something.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. I've not seen any.
But there's one that's like very much like this, like the cats live in this sort of cyber future world.
Yeah,
robots have taken over. So yeah, I wonder if it's taken inspiration from that. But it's an interesting take.
Yep,
fun to be a little cat.
Yeah, a little cat roaring around the robots. I'm sure there'll be some.
Who was doing this? Was it a
Blue 12?
Blue 12. Oh.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't fucking heard of them.
No. Oh, is it that Annapurna is interactive as well? Annapurna?
One that done. Been published it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but Blue 12, I see. Yeah, an interesting one. It's nice that they seem to be pumping out quite a few new IPs.
There's quite a few here, actually. Are you looking down the list? Certainly. There's a couple of sequels in there, but yeah, that's not a bad observation there. We've got another one coming up. Returnal. Dreadful name. I was like, is that a word? I don't think it is. I think it's made up. Pretty sure it's made up. This one's developed by a little-known Finnish outfit called House Marquee. Resogun, Alienation, Nex Machina, Matterfall. So this is like their...
This looks, butter.
Yeah, this looks like a bit more of an ambitious title. 2021 release date. Has the vibe. It's one of the two games that was shown that seems to have some sort of Deathloop or Groundhog Day mechanic to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you make of this? Because they spent a bit of time on this one, sort of setting up the world, and you're a lady apparently crash landing on an alien planet, and it sounds like dying is part of the discovery, or at least the progression for this.
Yeah, I thought this looked quite cool. What's that? There's that film, isn't there? The Tom Cruise one, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I see.
I've seen that where he sort of has that sort of Groundhog Day and ends up dying every time and that.
That's a decent film.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm interested in this one. I think it does look good. While you're telling me these games, I'm on the PlayStation YouTube channel just watching the trailers back silently whilst we talk about them. But yeah, no, it is. It does. This got sort of like a Mass Effect, then the sort of that sort of weird Control type vibe about it. Yeah, I'm down. I like this sort of space type post-apocalyptic crazy shit. Yeah, that's quite cool.
I was reading it might be a bit of a roguelike as well. So each time you die, the world or the enemies or whatever might change each time. I don't know how far they'll lean into that. But something to keep an eye on for sure.
Combat looks a lot like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
The sort of side swiping and stuff.
That's it. Which is not a bad thing. Andromeda's
a good one.
Combat is excellent, yeah. Just a shame about everything else. But yeah, I'm really interested in that one. I have the new titles. I think that and maybe one other. I was sort of like, I hadn't seen that before, so I'm interested in that.
Oh, yeah, as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Returnal. Yeah, that's a weird old name, exclusive as well.
I wonder if, because obviously Housemarque finished, but they haven't translated it yet. I don't know if it's
fucking done it.
No, that's a mad name. Sackboy, A Big Adventure.
Cool.
What are we doing here?
I thought they were going to renounce do you remember they had like a Smash rip-off, didn't they?
Yes.
It was all like PlayStation characters.
Or some bollocks, yeah.
That's it. I thought this was going to be like the sequel to that, and obviously Sackboy was going to be their sort of little mascot.
Yeah.
No, they're still.
No,
it wasn't Little Big Planet 4.
No, he's got his little 3D platformer now.
He's off,
running away, trying to rival Mario.
Yeah, gone right. We've got this little Sackboy. He's just as good. Just as popular.
Yep, got the history, isn't he, Sackboy? That's the thing. Him and Mario definitely level pegging.
At all.
Do you think Sackboy is better than Sonic now? Is Sonic like so terminally damaged that he's like slipped below Sackboy?
Fucking poor pal. I had that film out, didn't there? Is there a Sackboy film yet?
There isn't, I don't think. I can't say for sure, hand on heart, but I guess we've got to wait until that game. We've had a Mario game, as awful as it was. So Sackboy needs to have a film made, otherwise he's it
just screams Nintendo Switch to me watching it again.
Yeah, it won't be though.
No,
it'll be sitting on that PS4 and PS5.
Yeah,
true 4K checkerboard
bad boy. It does look alright, to be fair, if you're into that type of game.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a co-op element to it as well. There's another few characters that join sort of midway through, so I'm wondering whether it's like Super Mario 3D World. One of them had like a 4-player sort of version of it, so maybe that's what they're going for there. But no release window on that as far as I know, and we'll just keep an eye for that. The next one I thought was Rocket League, like a new version of Rocket League, enhanced version of Rocket League. It just gave me the vibes because it had like the big arenas that looked a bit like football arenas, and I was like, oh, maybe a new Rocket League here. Turns out it's not. It's Lucid Games, and they are developing a title called Destruction All Stars. The other one I thought it was going to be a new take on what's it called, on that All-Star game. I thought it was going to be all like PlayStation characters in like you say, a Destruction Derby type of Fortnite style. What's it, Battle Royale? Battle Royale,
I thought it was going to be this, but it's another one of the PlayStation studios. Yeah, but it does, like you say, Lucid Games, it does have that sort of Rocket League. Looked like a bit like a Hero type thing as well. But a bit of a watch. I'm interested to see more of it for sure. Sounds like the sort of game Hall would be banging to, I'd imagine. Oh yeah. And he's sort of online competitive, and he's all over it. Yeah, unbelievable. Round. Next one. This one sort of got me awake again. Yep. Kenner, Bridge of Spirits, Ember Labs. The two brothers, I believe, that introduced this. Not heard of Ember Labs before. No.
They were talking about them being film animators or something, and I was like, well, what are you doing here then? And then they showed this off, and I was like, oh, Q4 2020, PS4, PS5, and PC. What's this? Zelda and Pikmin mixed together? What are they going for here?
It does feel like that, doesn't it? It's got that sort of Zelda vibes. Very, like that sort of Ratchet and Clank style graphics.
Yeah.
It's looked quite fun. Mechanics of the little furball creatures. If you interact with them, and they're almost part of your arsenal.
Yeah.
Quite an interesting thing. But the world just looks...
Oh, it looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous indeed.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this turns out to be an excellent... I hope they all turn out to be excellent games, but this one in particular, I quite like the look of that. I'd love to see this do really well, so definitely got my eye out on that. And like they said Q4 2020, so
it could be a long...
We ain't far away from that, so hoping we can see that this year.
On the end of the trailer where they sort of, the little furballs sort of change the colour palette of the... Almost like a sort of like... I think was it Creed that used to go up on the towers and then you'd sort of demist the map.
That's it, yeah.
It seems like you might have to do that to get through the map or something, but that's interesting.
Definitely intriguing. Next game, very intriguing as well. Can you reel off what you originally wrote down as the note for this, like the title for it? Because you obviously had forgotten it, but this is what Adkins sent over in the list, and I was like, what on earth is that?
So I put in Goodbye Odd Game Dino.
In fact, it was Goodbye Volcano High.
Oh, Volcano High.
There we go. Developed by Co-op. 2021, PS4, PS5, PC so far. No idea what this is. I'm assuming some sort of narrative-based game. But I quite like the art style. Yeah, it reminded me a bit of like a cartoon, like a more so cartoony version of like Life is Strange or something, which I know is your jam. Yep.
So yeah, an interest. I've got to say, I sort of switched off on this. I didn't have that much hype for it.
No.
As you can tell by the name.
No. Well, to be honest, they didn't show... They just had a load of dinosaurs talking. And I'm assuming... I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of... The impending doom of the asteroids coming down. And comets coming down like that. Maybe that's what... They're all like, we're all going to die soon. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have a pretty poor job of telling me what this is. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Sort of like, not like Cuphead, but that sort of style where Cuphead looks like a 30s cartoon. This looks like an anime for sure. I'll be interested to see it all co-op spelled with a K. Yeah, so sort of paper-like spelling there. Struggling to get the basics right. If I was to say to you that Abe's Odyssey was still going to be running in 2020... Sure, I did not think this would be coming. Of all the franchises, PlayStation, there was rumours of a siphon filter. Yeah. And instead we get Abe's Odyssey. Oddworld Soulstorm 2020 release is what we're aiming for. Look pretty gorgeous. But old Abe is back. I know. I had a demo on the PS1 of Oddworld. I think it was. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe they're all called Oddworld. Abe's, whatever it was. The first one I had, and I played that probably about 100 times and never got through it. Really? Yeah. I used to just fuck about it because you could like mind control some of the enemies and stuff. Like, I didn't realise the aim of the game was to like get out with your allies. I used to sort of lure them into traps and let the meat grinder come down and kill them and think it was hilarious, not understanding that the aim of the game is to save these little poor creatures. Oh, they are just little goblins. Yeah. Well, it's coming anyway. Yeah. Again, another switchy looking game, but yeah, Abe is back. Abe's back with a vengeance for sure. Well, showing off that delicious PS5 graphics. Yeah. It did look nice, to be fair. Like I like the way the physics when they blew up a certain part of the environment, like the whole bit sort of like was all attached, so it all crumbled down. I was like, yeah, that's good. That's I feel like a bit of an advancement from what I'd seen previously. Doubt I'll ever play it because, like I said, not really into those sort of games. No. Games that I have been into have been The Evil Within and The Evil Within 2. And the Tango Gameworks game, and we got first proper look at Ghostwire Tokyo. Yeah, was this the game
last E3 when they had the Japanese woman like dance. She did that little field dance.
Yeah, she's left the company.
I was going to say she fucked off now.
Yeah,
sick of it. I wonder if the game has changed, because a lot of people was comparing the old trailer and it sort of has a different feel and vibe. So I wonder if they've sort of gone back to the drawing board. Was she like the head director or creative director or something?
I think so, yeah. And obviously Mikami runs the studio now. He's the founder and CEO of GameWorks, and he was introducing it. So maybe he got sick of having feet up when actually I'll have a little dabble at this.
I can give it ear. It was an interesting one.
I couldn't tell what was going on, in all honesty. Like, it looked like a bit survivally horror, first-person-y type weirdness.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
It looked a bit like there's that one. It's going to be a launch title for the Xbox. It's on Steam. That Bright Vision or something. Bright Memory. That was it. Bright Memory. That was supposed to be like a first-person sort of hack and slash game, which sounds mental for first person. But it had that sort of vibe in the combat. And it was trying to work out sort of what it was. Is it that like these ghosts are trying to get rid of everybody in Japan, and are you like a assassin that can deal with these ghosts? I don't know.
No, I'm sure. I mean, it'll be a strange game. I'm sure we'll see more later on. But I don't know what I was expecting from Ghostwire Tokyo, but it wasn't that. That's for sure.
No,
not long to wait. They said holiday 2020. And the most interesting thing really about this is that it's a timed exclusive on PS5 for consoles. So Phil and Co will be sitting there going, got to wait a little while to get that one on the old Xbox. So Sony are greasing some palms. They are making some deals. They're basically bribing some of these publishers to get some of these games, so that will be a timed exclusive. I'm not sure out of all the games I'd seen in this showcase that would be the one I'd go for.
No.
But they do seem to be having an ongoing relationship with Bethesda, because Deathloop, which we'll talk about later, is the same. Another timed exclusive on the PS5. So we will see how that pans out. Jet the Far Shore. What are we doing here? 2020 again. PS4, PS5.
Jet with two T's.
Yeah.
This was the
space game.
The space game, yeah. Had like a weird art style, didn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't work out what was going on. It looked really simplistic, as in it was sort of like an overhead type view of like a spaceship flying around planets. I'm assuming it's some sort of building out a planet, a base, a home, from a distant world, but it didn't really get too much of what was happening. One of those games that I actually would be interested in if it tickles the right sort of bollocks in that sense.
Yeah, first year PS4 Plus game.
True, yeah, that is true. That's definitely a candidate for that.
But sure. That new IP looks quite fun.
Yeah,
give it a go. Holiday 2020.
Holiday 2020. Godfall.
Now this is one that really interested me.
Really?
Yeah, because
do you want my note quickly, and then you can praise it. I said looks like a classic uninspired launch title.
Cool.
It's on PC as well, but we're talking about it's like the first PS5 game shown, wasn't it?
Yes.
Make it out to be a big thing, but that's my view. Now you tell me why I'm wrong.
Because it looks like it's stolen the combat from God of War.
Can he be stealing that? Surely.
Can he be stealing? If you go back when he's got his shield, looks very like fast-paced hack and slash, which is definitely my jam.
Yeah.
But the animations of when he uses the shield just look so much like they've just nicked it straight out of the God of War game. It does. It looks like a platinum game, doesn't it? The way
very
it is.
Fast paced, and
I don't really know how is it going to be like a bit of a Destiny game, do you think?
I think so. They were talking about armor, weren't they, and weapons and bits and bits, and I was a bit like, at that point is when I sort of switched and was like, okay, I'm probably not gonna. That's where that note came from, basically.
Cool.
They started talking about it. It looks like it falls into that category where it could be an ongoing Pete Gaz of a game against the service.
It's an interesting one, but this was another one I had to go back and watch in 4K because it didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan of the combat and quite like the art style of it. I don't really see too much, but I think it's because, like you say, that sort of that this was going to be the first 5.
Yeah.
And it's Gearbox as well.
Mm.
Interesting counterplay games.
Yes.
Interesting. Yes. But that's going to PC as well.
Sam will be getting that on Steam for us, so we'll be playing via that. If I was to say Hyperlight Drifter, what would you say? Would you say I've played that or not?
I'd say that's that 2 you get free on every bloody thing. I don't think I've ever played it. It's quite...
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's really good. And Heart Machine develop it, but Solar Ash is the game that was showcased here. 2021. This is like the successor to Hyperlight Drifter.
Yeah.
Looked weird as shit, but...
Didn't it? It got quite a lot of hype on Twitter. I saw a lot of people going,
It's because of Hyperlight Drifter.
I was going to say, that seems to have got a bit of a cult following. And again, it had that same sort of art style.
Yeah.
Get it on the fucking Switch. Don't want to be playing games on my PS4.
Those poor Switches will be melting soon.
Yeah, can't deal with this sort of fidelity. But no, it looks quite nice. I think it's reminds me of Breath of the Wild now.
Yeah, that's the trouble with it all. It's set a precedent.
So it's PS4 and PS5.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So it's
quite a few of those. Like we've listed off quite a few PS4, PS5s, or PS5 PC jobbies. So not a great deal of just PS5 only stuff. Which I don't know if that's the cause of concern. I fully expect this for the first few years because people don't want to be throwing away that 100 million install base or whatever the PS4 has. You'd be silly as a developer to go without significant Sony money to go, we're only putting that on PS5. You'd be foolish to do that, especially as a smaller developer and publisher for sure. Hitman 3, yes. January 2021. I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna conclude the World of Assassination trilogy. So I've got Hitman 1 and 2, loved them both, and this is gonna be the final piece of the puzzle. I'm personally hoping for a little free upgrade for Hitman 1 and 2 to PS5, but we'll see.
1 and 2, were they both called Season 1 and Season 2?
No, I think Season 1 was called Season 1, and then 2, I believe, was just called Hitman 2 because they released it in one go.
Oh, right.
So
and then
it wasn't
free.
No, it wasn't episodic, and they're going back to they're retaining that and just having it as the game comes out. But the World of Assassination is like their little platform, because I was watching a no-clip documentary on them, and it's basically the platform that they've been using to keep constantly updating Hitman 2 now with new contracts or player-created contracts and things. So people that love Hitman and love just playing Hitman 2 and want more content, the World of Assassination platforms allowed them just to continuously update the game week after week after week, dipping into community bits and pieces. And I imagine it'll be no different. This sounds like it's going to be like the story arc of Agent 47 in this realm that IO have created since rebooting it, and this will conclude that. So I am very excited for that. January 2021 as well.
So Death Awaits, chucking spoilers in there.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a bold statement to put Death Awaits as the tagline. So I'm 100% interested to see how that plays out.
Imagine him in a band as well.
Silly bulldog git. Astros Playroom 2020. So this is just going to be controller tech and camera show off, isn't it?
Was that part of the camera you got the other one?
Yeah.
Astrobot, yeah.
It's going to be that again, isn't it? But for the controller.
Yeah, get it on Switch.
Yeah. Get it on Switch. Get it out. What about Little Devil Inside? NeoStream, Kickstarter game. So we talk about Sony giving the platforms out. This started as a Kickstarter. I think this is you playing as a person inside that silly old fella. I think you're inside his body.
Oh, right.
There's a bit where he's on the shitter.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And it sort of matches up with what's going on. So I'm wondering.
I like the art style.
Little Devil Inside as well. You always talk about getting a devil out of you, and it's normally having a shit. Yeah.
So there you go. They fucking listen in. The grass looks phenomenal.
Yeah, it does look nice. It looks like a great art style.
Get it on the Switch.
Put it on the Switch. Get it off PS5.
Yeah, no, it does that cool sort of cool. Just watching the combat now.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky-esque.
I don't know whether it's a bit of a survival game as well, because there's clips of him getting cold and hiding behind rocks, or I don't know, I'm interested to see more of this for sure. I'm sure I could find more if I went on their Kickstarter page, but I haven't.
PS5, PS4, console exclusive for a limited time.
There you go, they're at it again.
See. So who's the studio doing it?
NeoStream, can't say I've heard of them, if I'm honest, but Jim Ryan obviously knows what they are and chuck some money down their way.
Big old buyer. Little Inside is an action-adventure RPG with survival elements set in...
How many genres are they going to cram into one sentence there?
Semi-open world.
They're fucking making this up these days, aren't they?
Yeah. The trailer reveals new scenes, monsters, and a glimpse of gameplay in various environments. We
will see.
Anything that's interesting. The first comment on there. At the end of The Last of Us 2... I'm joking. It says, I've been waiting for this game for the in the Kickstarter back in 2015. So proud of how far this game has come. Amazing work. So 5 years on the Bunsen burner.
Jesus Christ.
And we get this to... No, that's quite interesting. And again, this is what we were saying earlier, how they sort of have given this light to these lesser indie titles. They could have easily just bundled all these into a little indie state of play that people would have gone... Pfft.
Yep.
So when it had all eyes focused on it, it was nice for them to get this exposure.
Yeah, and they did put out some real next, though. NBA 2K21.
Sure.
Pre-alpha crap. Absolutely. Who wants to see that? Well, it's just a shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, I've just recently been getting into basketball. And... yeah, after playing the recent one, thinking, I wonder what this new one they're going to have to. Because I've been saying that about FIFA. It's sort of run its course now. FIFA, like people aren't excited by it anymore.
Yeah.
Run on the same bloody engine. They need to change it up. But core, this chap Sweat. But again, like pre-alpha footage. It's annoying because they show these sort of CGI claims, like they're saying it's pre-alpha. Footage, but you're like, well, is it, or
is that the best you can do?
The best you can do. It's not going to look like that, but I don't know the chap.
No, I don't know.
Pelicans. Wouldn't even know where they're from. Where them pelicans from?
No idea. No, as soon as I found out that the championship game is over 7 games, like best out of 7, I was like, I'm walking away from that sport.
Yeah,
I like the Super Bowl because I can just tune in for one a year, sit down and watch it, and just pick a side and enjoy it. If it's not the Jacksonville Jaguars, for example, but I ain't watching best out of 7 games. I can't be dealing with that. Fucking arse o'clock in the morning. It's not. It's not going to happen.
They tend to come out before they're like September, aren't they? All the NBA and 2K, Madden and FIFA.
They all come out at the same time, don't they? Just flood the market, and then you're like, well, what's that garbage?
I wonder if there'll be a boost up to, if you buy it on PS4 where you get a little upgrade to 5, or do you think they'll go, no, fucking pay us double again?
2K in it, they won't be doing that. Take 2 or whatever it is. They'll be
transaction jobby.
They will not give you an inch. Absolutely not. You'll be paying double for that. In fact, if you want to upgrade for the privilege, an extra £20 to keep your progress, and you'll be like, hang on a minute.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I don't trust 2K Sports at all not to do that, because every year it's like, oh, good gameplay's good, it's blah 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 blah, and it's always crippling microtransactions, like always, like nearly every review. So I don't see much goodwill coming from them. Bug snacks.
Right, now this is where my edibles really kicked in.
Young Horses, they developed Octodad, which kind of makes sense when you hear that and see this. But 2020, PS4, PS5, PC, what on earth is this?
From the minds behind Octodad's deadliest catch comes Bug Snacks, a whimsical adventure game coming to PS5. That's all they've offered. I need more explaining. I've got some fucking seal fucking eating strawberries, and then his arms become strawberries.
Yeah. So
it's basically someone has eaten a load of shit, and he's been told off. He's gone, look, you are what you eat. And he's gone, that's a fucking great idea for a game.
That is, yeah.
So now they've got basically whatever you eat in this game, you become. So you're getting baguettes walking about. Just as fucking as snails with basketballs. But yes, it's like you say, it's got that fucking weird Octodad style.
Yeah.
Get it on Switch.
I put it on the Switch. I'm assuming that that it's going to be some sort of puzzle, like you need to eat the right bug to get, like each of the bugs will change your body in a certain way, and you use that to your advantage to get past. I don't know. I'm not going to try. In fact,
yeah, it seems like it will be leading towards like a sort of a puzzle type of game.
Yeah,
this is a horror game for me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That definitely is. Get them edibles in. Demon Souls,
Cool.
Blue Point, ground up remake apparently.
Yeah, it looked impressive, but I've never played the game, so I didn't. You could see I was watching a few sort of people's reactions to this, and you can sort of see them like within the first 2 minutes going, oh, "Demon Souls." I had no idea what this was going to be until I think I see the big fucker with the big shield, and I thought, "Oh, right."
It's that old crap being wheeled out.
That's
it's a bit of a forgotten game, like Adkins.
PS3, was it?
I'll have a look in a minute. But Adkins, I think his nephew he loves like the Souls games and loves like Demon Souls. Like went back and played it. I think it was on PS3. Yeah, went back and sort of played it on the old PlayStation 3 and said, it's like a From Software game, but it's a bit rough to go back to now. So I was thinking if it's a straight up remaster, they're in trouble. But from what I've researched, this is going to be ground up remake jobby. So, and Blue Point, this is like the big project that Blue Point are on. It's not. They're typically renowned for their remasters and kind of semi remakes. This sounds like a much more ambitious project where they're just sort of taking the IP and just building it up from the ground up again. I'm hoping that's what it is, because if it still retains some of the too much of the DNA of the original, it's going to be people will be playing it and go, what the fuck's this? It looks gorgeous, but it plays like arse. Yeah, no,
it sounds like it's going to be that. It's in the comments. It's I like on the caption that it doesn't say anything about remaster. It's saying remake. So hopefully they've been given, because they've done some outstanding stuff like the Shadow Colossus was great. What they've done with the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
What else they've done? Done a few bits, haven't they?
They've done an absolute shitload. I'll have a look now.
They seem to be the kings of the remasters, remakes.
Yeah,
I think they've done the cool ones as well. I like the PSP games and stuff.
Gravity Rush.
But no, it does look good, and like you say, it's a huge game. It can get you involved.
Yeah,
modernised. I'll just baby these type of games.
Well, you done Sekiro.
I done Sekiro, yeah. It's the thing I like that one warmed me in. Demon Souls just sounds like. I remember I watched I think one of the original playthroughs of Dark Souls, and I just like the aesthetic, and that didn't appeal to me. That's why I think Sekiro was more my jam.
Yeah,
but yeah, this one it's got a very big cult following. It's almost essentially the game that kicked off this Soulsborne wave.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty much the one, yeah. And then Dark Souls come along, and everyone was like, "Oh, fucking hell!"
Yeah, I'd be interested to watch a playthrough of the old one to see how different this one is.
Yeah,
I quite like to. Do you remember that when they remastered the Halo games on the Master Chief Collection?
Yes.
And you press like select and go back to what it looked like. I wish all remaster games had that.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. I think this would. What I'm hoping is that this Demon Souls remake, or whatever, they're just going to call it Demon Souls by the looks of things.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping is that this is a remake, not like Shadow of the Colossus, and that was an excellent remake, looked gorgeous, but very much played and was the same as the original game. So that's fine, because Shadow of the Colossus was a great game in that state. What I want to see is a remake like Resi 2 that we saw, where it's completely different. It pulls out all the garbage, and they go for like a modern take on it. And I mean, not this is a terribly old game, but it definitely has some rough edges and could do some smoothing over and some other bits. So that's what I'm hoping for. I was teased plenty of times by you in the WhatsApp chat about they might be working on Metal Gear Solid remake or remaster Blue Point. And you've done this to me, and that's what we've ended up with.
This is what we've got. But no, that was. There were some others, weren't there? There was Castlevania. I think they were going to
all Konami stuff, wasn't it? There was talking about all these Konami properties, and was like, maybe Sony have struck a deal with Konami, and they're going to buy it off them. Maybe it doesn't look like it's happening. So absolute heartbreak. But I'll definitely have a look at this. If it's not like old crap, like old, like hard because it's just a bit of a sloppy game, then I'm 100% up for having a look at this. I was a little bit disappointed we didn't see another one was that we're going to see Bloodborne PS5, and then a 60 FPS version of that would just be sick.
True.
But
what's the one with the Game of Thrones writer they're doing? Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, the Elden Ring. Yeah, we've not seen that, have we? That's gone.
That's a From Software as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Studio, whoever the ones that are doing it.
Yeah. George R.R. Martin. He's so slow at doing anything, though. He'd be lucky to get that. He'd be lucky if he's even put pen to paper on that. They're like, we've got the game done. Can you just sign it off? And he's like, I've just got to read it. It's like, fucking hell.
Not for me, thanks.
Not for me. But yeah, I'm hoping that Blue Point, this gives them a bit of a higher profile on building stuff from putting their own spin on it. But we'll see. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how they run with it.
Deathloop.
Now this was another one that was announced back when that
last year, wasn't it?
Last year when they had it was after the Tokyo one, wasn't it?
Yes.
I remember looking at it, and it was just like a trailer of. I think it was just like one of these like CGI trailers.
I had no idea what it was. Yeah.
Two people killing each other continuously, and that's what I thought that game earlier was. It Returnal, where it was that sort of death loop of dying and that.
Yes.
I thought this was going to be this, but no. Alas, we've got a second game. Deathloop Returnal.
Yeah. Now this is Arcane Studio, who's Deathloop Returnal, which Dishonored and Prey more recently they've done. I've really enjoyed their games for the most part. I enjoyed most of Prey, and then it got a bit long in the tooth towards the back end. But they're sort of games that are based on, like Dishonored, for example. You've got loads of tools at your disposal. You've got loads of ways you can accomplish your goals. You can go quiet. You can go in action, but you are severely punished for doing the action stuff because each time you kill someone, it can change the ending. So when you get that sort of idea in your head, you're like, right, I don't want the bad ending, so I'm going to try my best not to kill anyone. Yeah. And Deathloop looks like, okay, we understand that that's frustrating to some players. Like, here's a game where you can just kill people. You're actually encouraged to just use all your cool tricks and powers and other bits just to absolutely cause carnage. And it looks like once it's in full flow, if you can get the hang of this, it's going to be really enjoyable to play. The one thing I'm worried about is that it sounds like there's 8 targets, and it sounds like you're going to have to do them all in one go.
Oh, really? It's a bit like a rogue.
Yeah, well,
this is what I got the vibe from. As a bit like what was that game? Super Hot, was it? Where you it was like almost like a puzzle.
Oh yeah,
you have to kill them in a certain way, otherwise you start. Well, I don't know if you can remember if you start from the beginning. Yeah, but yeah, that could be a fucking kill. Imagine getting to that. The last one,
that slapper turns up and blows you away, because that's like one of the X factors that she can be controlled by another player if you enable it.
Oh really?
So I could come in your game and be like, hello, bang.
Oh.
So I'm interested to see how it goes. Like, because what if someone just gets all the 8 targets in like 10 minutes? I'm sure. Is that possible? I don't know. Is it going to save after each target? I want to know more about it. It won't have long, because they're saying holiday 2020 again.
2020. So. Launch title, maybe.
Yeah, but Arcane have my trust, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got that very Dishonored vibe, hasn't it, where you've got a lot of sort of super powers, essentially, stuff.
Looking forward to just having the chains off, and as long as the game's not... The whole Deathloop thing isn't frustrating, because I don't like the idea of redoing the same sort of 60 minutes just because I made one error over and over again. So as long as they can balance it, I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah. Now we've got a game that you're scared of. Capcom start bringing out 2 games now. We've got one that's a very familiar franchise. Adcock and I have done like a Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 7 chat. That's coming soon. It's already in the can, but that'll be coming in the next few weeks. But we've got the next game in the mainline series, Resident Evil 8 Village, werewolves, first person.
This has got to be one of the most leaked games. Like they were talking about this, and it was exactly right to a T. They were saying there was going to be castles and wolves and the village and all this,
and that's what we got.
When did you notice it was a Resident Evil game?
Probably in the last third of it. And it's only because I started thinking of all the leaks, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
It's that, isn't it? It's Village. It's what I've seen, what I'd seen in the leaks, and I was like, "Oh yes."
This is one. because I'll tell you what I was scared of. It's a fucking frame rate in this. Have you watched it back?
Yeah.
When the old boy with the shotgun comes out, it's running at like 12 FPS. I was like, God.
Yeah, that is shocking, really.
I don't know what was going on with there, but
it was a stream, but it weren't.
No, it's not. No, I've watched back in 4K and it's still fucking dog shit. I wonder if they did that purposely to sort of, because it was very much a sort of, what's this new IP? And then they revealed it.
I'm pumped for this. I love Resident Evil 7. You'll hear all about that in the coming weeks, like how much I actually enjoyed that game once I finally sat down to play it. First person horror. This looks like it's going to be first person again. We've got
carrying on with that.
People carrying on from Resident Evil 7, so that sort of story arc is going to be continued. Man, I'm looking forward to this. And 2021 doesn't seem too far away to me either. Much sooner than I anticipated, so really up for this.
It's crazy, like they're going on a different sort of vibe. Like, it's good that they're carrying this on rather than having 7 was such a diversion from previous Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
And then there was rumours that they were going to try and blend these two in together with the remakes. So the remakes would be like a sort of canon, and then it would lead into 4, and then Village was going to come after this and lead it into that.
Maybe they will. Maybe it'll all. Maybe this new timeline will all tie in. To like, if we could still do 4 and then it links to this, because at some parts of it I was like, is this Resident Evil 4? Like, it was like the Village part especially, I was like, cool.
It really does look like it, and that's another rumour, isn't it, that they're working on that now, remaking 4.
Fucking remake 1, you prats.
Really does. It is interesting, but we're just watching it. I watched a lot of the game.
Are you gonna admit, it was what you did with Resident Evil 7?
I did with 7. I babied it because I don't like first-person horrors. They make me palm sweaty and I can't get through them. So I did baby it the other day and sat there. I couldn't think of anything to watch. I was like, I found one and it was about 3.5 hours long. It's like a sort of speed run through the game. And just watching it, I was shit myself. I knew I would have fucking puffed it, especially with all the jump scares and that. How would I fuck play that in VR? But it was an interesting take. But I am a third person guy.
Is that it? Is this off the list for you? Is it going to be too much, you think?
I don't know. I'm really intrigued by it. Like I thought the story of 7 was really cool, and like I say, it's such a a sort of a direction away from the norm, and it really did bring back the horror roots of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm still tempted to give 7 a run through, even though I know how the outcome of the story and stuff. But it might have taken away the scary factor.
It'll still get you.
It probably will.
That speedrunner made it look easy. When you're fucking scrambling around and those mouldeds are chasing you down, you'll be shitting it.
Horrible fucks as well. And like I say, it's just that first person vibe. It's just so intense.
It is. It's definitely, if you want horror, first person is the way to do it. The way
forward. Like those, what was those games that you played where it's all...
Outlast. Alien Isolation as well. Oh,
creepy.
Fucking art stopping.
Deal with that. Yeah, I used to be good with that sort of thing, but I don't know, I'm a baby now.
Yeah.
Can't fucking deal with it, but it's a franchise I love, and it's interesting. Like I say, I like the way it's directed, so I could turn, but I've got to brace myself and see if I can get through 7, and then I might give 8 a go. But would 8 be D1 for you now that you're bored?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think I have to. Yeah, like after 7, like being just so impressed and then being annoyed at myself and not jumping on. To be fair, I'm not annoyed at myself because of what Resident Evil 6 was. I had no reason to believe that Capcom could do anything good with Resident Evil after 6. I was like, well, you've lost all faith there. But they did turn it around, and then they, had remake and then remake for free. Now we're going to get 8. So definitely pumped for this. Like,
did you watch that thing I sent you? The developer talking about the game. There's like 30 seconds of actual gameplay and stuff.
Right.
They were saying that this one's going to be more action orientated.
Oh, okay.
There's a worry when they say that because that's what they said with 6. But
I don't think it can be that bad.
No, it's quite interesting to get their take on it. Yeah, I think it's just like on IGN developers message.
I'll take it on that for sure.
But it's definitely an interesting take. Got the graphics as well, even compared to 7, like how Chris, when he turns up at the seems like they're going to take a different sort of way with him as well.
Yeah, there's some interesting things they can do for sure. Like having now
fucking werewolves though. Imagine being chased by a werewolf like that. Looks like that in first person
in VR. It probably will be. Capcom haven't wheeled. I don't remember the last time Capcom wheeled out a new IP.
No, it would have been.
But they dropped this Pragmata.
Yeah, and from the get-go, I was like, right, well, this is Dead Space. So I was like, and no, it's not. It's really interesting. I like the look of it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of weird shit again, but not coming till 2022, but at least there's a new IP here. And it's a Capcom game who I think have turned a bit of a corner this last gen.
Yeah.
Coming back from some torrid times. So looking forward to what they do with a new one. I mean, what is it, like a bloke in a spacesuit? And then
yeah, he sort of goes.
He fires out a chaff grenade, like, to me. That's what that reminded me
That's
of.
it, yeah, it does like that. He comes across a little girl who's like maybe an android or like cyber some way, and then
she stand on the moon with no helmet on, so she can't be real. That's my query on it.
So he's in like New York, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's got this like division almost where he's got like the echo thing, looking up at the planet Earth or the moon, is it? And then all of a sudden some like space station comes through.
Yeah, and he
like shatters through what he's looking at the moon, and it turns all cyber. And yeah, I have no idea. I was tripping out watching this.
Kojima had fucking got his hands on
Yeah,
something again.
It does have that sort of Death Stranding type vibe to it. But yeah, I'm hyped. It does look pretty cool.
No.
But yeah, we don't really know fuck all about it.
No, absolutely.
This was the thing one. This was fucking coming January 2022. Like, cool.
Yeah. It's like, no chance. That'll be forgotten about next year, in the next year or so. But
that's it.
We then closed, like game-wise, with Horizon 2, Forbidden West, CG trailer, or maybe I don't know what it was. Maybe it was in engine, but just kind of setting up what it was. And it sounds like Aloy's she's going west, obviously, hence the title. And there's looks like a new corruption's taking place, and hopefully, for Biff's sake, because he hated all like the tribal people from the first one, where they was all talking like Mother Earth and all that shit. He really got annoyed with that. So for his sake, I'm hoping that they've left that lot behind, because Aloy's like, right, you're all stupid. I know the truth of what's happened, and it's going to be a set of new people, but no release window. So the dream of a launch title that was being rumoured and chucked around probably on Twitter is more than likely dead. I can see this being as far out as 2022, if I'm honest.
Could possibly be, yeah.
Burst bubbles there.
No thing. What they do? It's Guerrilla, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if they've got any other shit.
They better
on
be
the go.
working on fucking Killzone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They better not be wasting time on that.
Shadowfall.
Yeah.
But no, it's exciting, and it looks like there's underwater exploration in this now, which looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Some new crazy fucking dinos. The villain's back. I forget his bloody name. This is another one. I was going to get through this Spider-Man DLC and then go through the Horizon DLC.
Yeah.
I did play that. But yeah.
I'd wait until they fucking say it's coming out in 2023, otherwise you'll forget it all.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
They can't be trusted. But yeah, I mean, we know it exists now. I think we knew it wasn't much of a surprise to see it. And I was, hopes were we would maybe see a bit more of that and have some more concrete timelines. But it is what it is. It's a big first-party game. That's the gaming part closed down, and we know it officially is being worked on, I guess, which will appease people. But
one that I thought was going to be, I thought the new God of War was going to be announced, and I thought the Resident Evil, because at the first scene of that Resident Evil village, it pans to like a wooden hut, and I thought it was the hut from the Kratos lives in. I was like, God of War! And no, it weren't. It was a 12 FPS fucking...
12 FPS fucking old boy with a shotgun. Like, going back to that Resident Evil trailer, like, Ethan opens the curtain and then the old boy shocks and fires. It looks like he fires right at him.
That's what I thought.
How's he not dead?
What's it called? Yeah. Who just shot his ear off or something?
That's what I was hoping for.
Cunt already had his fucking hand sawn off and then attached back on.
Oh,
now he's getting shot by a little boy.
Absolutely brutal. After this, we got a look at the PS4, which I'm going to... Oh, PS5, sorry, not PS4.
Yeah.
Lord, get fucking slaughtered for that. I want to just pause that and we'll have a little chat about the look of it after.
Yeah.
But first of all, I wanted to get a score for this PS5 Future of Gaming showcase. Like, we're doing thumbs up and thumbs down. So 2 thumbs up is like the top score. 1 thumb up's the good score. Neutral, no thumbs, or in the middle if you want to call them that. 1 thumb down, 2 thumb down. Where would you put PS5, the Future of Gaming showcase that Sony presented to us last week?
I thought it was. I'm going to go double thumbs up. I think. There's a lot of games.
Far Cry 5.
There was games in there that weren't for me.
Yeah,
and I respect that. I think
it always happens.
Always happens. Always going to be. We got some heavy hitters that did get me excited. Could have been a couple there that really would have shit the bed.
Yeah.
Things that have been asked for a lot. Maybe Escape 4, something like that, or God knows. Yeah, like a Siphon Filter remake.
Yeah.
Something like that. So just one more, but
GTA 6.
Yeah, but I think compared to Xbox's one, it was just night and day. It was just so much well presented. It was literally just 2 minutes of talk from a couple of people, and then it was just bang bang. It was just focusedly sold on the games.
Yes,
you knew what you were getting. You just had this little bit of teasing in between each game that was revealed. Yes, it kept you interested. Like, you got the odd game that you sort of switched off for a bit, but it was not one of those things where it was just so good. As much as I miss this week as being the E3 week, having this, it did feel like that sort of hype building up to it and that, and then with it being delayed, that increased it. And then, it was just, I think they just done so well with what they had compared to what's it called. And like I say, giving a light to the smaller indie games.
You just said put them all on Switch. You sat here for an hour with me saying put it on Switch, and then
put it on Switch. I'm sick of them. But that's just my own personal thing. I don't, because I've got all the different consoles. I always thought, I'd stick these indie ones would be ideal for Switch.
I'll put it on Switch and then never pick up the Switch.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm going to give it 1 thumbs up. So still good. For me, I needed like either a major shock, like something that just I was like, whoa, did not ever expect that. Something personal. This is either, not all of these, although if you do all of them, thank you very much, maybe you get 3 thumbs up. Like a major shock, something personal, like a Metal Gear Solid, or just something like a game that I'm really invested in coming back or being revealed, or even a Resident Evil 1 remake, something like that. A long gameplay demo wouldn't have gone amiss. We saw some chopped together bits, but no real sort of idea of how much many of these games worked in like one segment, or the price to be revealed, and that was sort of my criteria for 2 thumbs up. But it still was an hour and 14 minutes well spent, and something that I definitely wouldn't begrudge people looking. And like I mentioned at the end, it closed with a look at the PS5. This brand new system, this absolute monster looking system. We did a Twitter poll at Idle Game Chat. And the question was, from an aesthetic point of view, how does the PS5 look? You got the options, like a work of art, fucking tragic, or not bothered. And it's closed now, and fucking tragic won with 36%. It was close, because like a work of art and not bothered both got 32%, so not a lot in it. But this has been a polarising topic over the last few days since we've seen it. Some people, the memes are out. It's just you can't even put in PS5 without seeing, I don't know, like a toaster or 2 bits of white paper being put over a black laptop or a PS4. It's definitely a polarising looking game. What do you personally think of this PS5 look? I
personally fucking dig it. I really like it, but I can see why it's so divisive. It is the Star Wars sequel trilogy in a console. You're either going to love them or you hate them. I'm so glad that they didn't just do like an all black console with how sort of outlandish the controller would. It would have been weird to have like a white controller.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that they've done a 2-tone. I'm sure they're going to do an all black version as well.
It's coming.
The white version for the latter games, the other consoles, for. But I really dig it, and I've got to say that I don't know if it was the edibles or not, but I was so into that fucking that reveal, the way they done it, and the song that they used.
Yes.
And just like the animation of all the balls and stuff, I was so invested. I had like this massive grin on my face when I saw it. I was just like, wow. And it's such a different design. Like, there's no consoles that look like this. It's got that sort of futuristic look.
Oh yeah, it does.
Really is.
It definitely looks like something that looks different and will stand out when you plop it down.
For them fucking fans though, that is I'm gonna have to listen to it before I make my solid
tweet
date.
Sony and say, right, have you sorted out that fan?
Because if it ain't, then I'm gonna have to get that fucking box and PS4 to be binned.
Yeah.
And then now they're sort of showing pictures comparing. It's not 100% confirmed, but they're like linking up the disk drives and the USB things.
Yeah.
And this is an absolute monster. So I'm sitting there looking at my entertainment system going, where the fuck is that going to fit?
Yeah, so this for me, like, I couldn't really give a bollocks how it looks. Like, for me, the main thing is that can it fit in my current setup without me having to fuck about too much, or can I adjust my setup to make it fit without too much trouble? And that's the main thing. And at the moment, I feel like it's not going to be too much trouble because it can go on its belly and things like that. But the one thing that is slightly concerning is just that we've seen these scaled up sizes where people are making estimates based, like you said, on the disk drive, and then putting it against like the PS4, the PS4 Pro, the Xbox Series X, and it looks like an absolute chunky bastard.
I see that Jim Ryan talking about it, and he was saying like they've done like a poll to see where you keep your PlayStation. They're saying like the vast majority is in their front room, so they want this to become like the sort of to fit into your sort of front room look.
Better well,
so be like a sort of fucking almost like a sort of centerpiece to your front room, and it does have that feel. That it does almost look like a fucking piece of like contemporary art or something. The way it's built, it looks like a fucking skyscraper from one angle.
Yeah,
looks like a fucking router.
Yes, another one. Yeah, got a fridge and a router that you can choose.
And that's the thing I was thinking. That fucking if I do get the Xbox Series X and this, what if like you got some fucking fridge and a fucking skyscraper? Where the fuck are they gonna fit in?
Do you know if the Xbox Series X can go on its side, or is that a tower only job? You can.
All of the stuff they've been showing is the verticality, like the vertical stand, and it shows you how well the airflow, because it goes from the top, it sucks in from underneath, and obviously heat rises, so it's preferred going up. So it's wondering if it's going to go on its side. I think it can, but that might fuck the fucking airflow up.
Bloody hell. Well, yeah, I mean, we're having a look and see. But yeah, I think I'd quite, if I was going to look at the look of it.
How many thumbs up are you giving it? One.
Probably one. I can't. It's hard to. If it definitely fit where I needed it to, maybe it'd get two. But I like the fact that you said that it's unique. Yeah, I actually quite like that. I know people are like, oh, why can't you just put a black? It's going to look shit. And I'm like, oh, shut up.
Nah, I like that they've gone, fuck it. Let's just make something that no one's expecting.
Yeah.
Outlandish and things. It's going to fuck your system up because you're going to have to stick this in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, fucking hang it from the ceiling, maybe. Maybe that's going to be the new thing. Definitely get airflow up there.
The fucking biggest shock was we get the reveal of it, and I thought, it's just showing us more in-depth zooming into the fans. It's something I saw today, actually, on some like 4K pictures of it.
Yeah.
There's like a textured feel to some of it, like the console and stuff.
Yeah.
If you zoom in really close, it's all made up of like the symbols, like the X, the square, the triangle, the circle.
Bloody hell.
And it's throughout their whole range, because they revealed that they're doing like a new wireless headset.
Yes.
The cameras coming back and a remote, and it's all got this textured sort of non-slip thing, but it's all, if you look really closely, it's on the control as well. It's all just mini X's, squares, and circles, which is quite interesting. But no, we get this video of what I was just thought it was like a zoomed in view of the fans and that, and then it zooms down and there's two consoles standing next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's PlayStation announcing their very own Lockhart before Xbox does.
Yeah. Which is basically no disc drive, no Blu-ray drive.
Disc drive. What are you thinking there's going to be the price difference?
Well, yeah, so I believe it will be, and we're going to do it in UK pounds.
Yeah.
I believe that it will be, see, for me, to make it appealing, it kind of has to be 100 less, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to be 50 UK pounds less, and in that case, I'm going to be like, I'll just get the disc one. Even though I will say this, it looks like Jim Ryan and Mark Cerny have been sitting there making it. Well, obviously they haven't been making it hands on, but they've sat there and done that digital one first, and then someone's gone, what about the disc version? They're like, oh shit. Just stick it on the end at the bottom.
It does look like that.
Yeah,
that's the annoying thing. I did say to myself that I will go full digital on the next gen. So they're like, right, well, fucking put your money where your mouth is. You can.
Yeah, I've started transitioning to digital on my PS4 and Xbox One. And yes, now they've done this, I'm like, do I commit to it?
That's the thing. It is that you're fucked then, because like. Yeah, with having the option, you go, all right, well, it's easier getting the digital games, but you seem to be paying at least £15 more than any other game.
And you lose the Biff library of just getting games that he bins early on and being able to borrow them. Like you lose all those benefits.
And you're technically just buying you're loaning the license until that fades away into dust.
Yeah.
You've got nothing for life then, which is why I always like the physicals. But I'm like, I'm getting to the point now. I've got fucking rows and rows of games that I've completed and platinum. I'm never going to play again, but they're just rotten. I'm like, do I really need that?
The dust collectors, but yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the actual price will be in UK pounds then? Because
there's been rumours of this how expensive because of this SSD malarkey.
Yeah.
They're comparing in some of it.
If you want Ratchet and Clank Rift, you'll be paying through the nose for it.
That's the thing. So I can see a whopping $599 for the disc drive.
What, UK pounds?
UK pounds, $599. I'm going. That Xbox One X was $450, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a whole £150 more.
Cool, 600 bones.
600 bones. And that's why I think, like, God. With the fucking pandemic.
Why do I have to pick this as hobby?
Exactly. Now the riots and the fucking world's gone to shit. They were going to do themselves no favour for this week to go. And it's £600. So I think they're going to wait for Xbox to reveal their price then. Maybe old fucking Jim's got two prices lined up. He's gone, right, we'll wait for them to go there.
They do this, we'll do that. I'm going to go for... And what would the digital one be?
Oh, sorry, yeah, digital... how much is a fucking 4K Blu-ray?
£100, give or take. But
I'm thinking, because this is the original PS4 didn't have a 4K Blu-ray drive, did it? It was only the Pro.
Yeah.
Has the Pro got one?
You know what?
I remember the Xbox One, the original fucking chunk monster, that did have a 4K Blu-ray.
Yes. So this does.
Does it not? I can't fucking remember, but I know. So this is essentially, I know we've got the PS4 Pro, but this is the first baseline PS5.
No, I didn't have one. Pro.
4K. I didn't. The Pro didn't have one.
Nope.
Only on Xbox, right? So this is the first console then that's got a 4K Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
So they're still knocking about. So yeah, if you're paying £100, they're going to have to mark up at some of them. So yeah, it could very well. How much was that Xbox One X? The One S, the fucking all dig one, the sad. Difficult because the Xbox had already been out for fucking.
Yeah, I believe it's like in the region of like 250.
And then the thing, so yeah, it was 50 then, because the thing's normally about 300, wouldn't they? Ish. I can see them to make it more affordable because that 6 is such a fucking beast. Yes. And they probably want people to buy the digital versions because it's better for them. And
cuts out any retailers and
that's it. So I can see them going a full. Yeah, I'm going to go $599 for disc and $499 for dig.
Yeah, I'm going to go for $549 for disc, and then $499 for dig. I think to make the digital version appeal, it's got to be 100 bones less, but I don't think we can do it.
Don't think it. Nah.
No. But yeah, it's interesting discussion. We didn't get the price, but that's not surprising considering.
Fucking annoys me that they show these pictures, but you never get that fucking stand with it, the vertical stand.
Oh yeah, I think did the Pro come with it?
I don't think so.
No. No, it's a Scorpio. Sorry, the Scorpio.
Did the Scorpio come with one? Did it?
Yeah, the Project Scorpio edition did. That one did, but I don't know if the actual Xbox.
No,
One
the
X.
one I didn't. The one I got, the Xbox One X, that didn't come on with.
Threw it away.
chucked it.
Yeah, we've seen both. Kind of like at this stage, we've seen very similar output from Microsoft and Sony. Like we've seen the consoles, we've seen a glimpse at games that are supposedly coming out. Well, that are due to come out in the future. We don't have any solid release dates. Don't have any solid pricing. We don't have any solid launch games that are definitely going to be happening. But who, in your opinion, has the edge at the moment? Out of the two?
I think now PlayStation. I thought Xbox leading up, like, you know, they seemed so switched on with it, and they were.
You had fucking Mark Cerny doing that fucking technical babble at GD.
That's the thing.
That was like the first time for a long time I've switched like a presentation off. I got so bored of it. I mean, it wasn't probably aimed for us, but the fact that it was still published, I was like, well, clearly they want people to watch it, so I did. And I was like, oh god, what are they doing? But
garbage. Yeah, they've had this weird behind closed door. And they've been very late this generation. They've hardly come out with anything. They've done it so weird. Like, they just fucking dropped what the controller looked like on a fucking random Tuesday on a blog post. It was like, oh, what the fuck's going on here? Where's this come from? So they've done it strange. But I just feel, from what I've seen on like, just looking on different social medias and other YouTubers and stuff talking about it, it almost seems like, the PlayStation is already in the lead. In terms of, even though Xbox has already got this, like these acquisitions they got from all these developers and stuff for the big games. I don't know, just putting it side by side, it seems like a lot more people are interested in the PS5. Because of this SSD is going to be such a game changer, even though the specs on paper are better on the Xbox.
Yep, absolutely.
But it's a difficult one to judge, to say side by side. But I just get the vibe that PlayStation is just pipping it.
Yeah, I think that for me as well, they've definitely, from a personal perspective, they're pipping it because they've got that great catalogue of games to fall back on as well. I'm surprised we've not heard. I was expecting some backwards compatibility chat. We've got none of that, so I don't know what's going to happen with all these. Do I have to keep this PS4 now to play the older games, or are they going to? The rumor is it's going to be back compat there, but they've not mentioned that yet. So there's still a lot to find out.
1,000 games at launch, weren't they, all in the first months? That's the top 1,000 most played games or something. But again,
fucking
like
Destiny and COD, and that's it. No, Fortnite, fucking hell.
But so we need some confirmation with this sort of thing. You know, is PS Plus going to carry on? PS Now, are they going to continue that sort of thing? It's difficult. They're so good. There's two separate things. You've got like PlayStation with their incredible exclusives, that every game that comes out seems to be a fucking banger. And then you've got on the Xbox side, you've just got fucking like Game Pass, which is like the best service ever for games. They both offer. That's what I was saying to, I think it was to you and Biff, that I was like, I'd like to be able to just have one console and go, right, I'm going to stick with this for this generation. I don't care what they're bringing, but say, right, I'll choose PlayStation because I love their games. But then I feel like I'm missing out so much because of like their backwards compatibility is so better than anything PlayStation do. The fucking Game Pass is the best service ever. It's the link now. You've got like that Ultimate Edition where you've got it on PC. It's the integration and stuff. They're just both doing such good work now.
In different spaces as well.
That's it. Different spaces, and it is because it's this generation. It's these consoles are catching up so close to sort of high-end PCs now that it's hard to see the sort of leap that we had, like when we went from like PS3 to PS4, certainly PS2 to Xbox 360 and whatever. That it was like night and day. Like fuck. So it is this very minimal enhancement now. You know, fucking with sites like Digital Foundry now, we don't fucking know everything about 4K and ray tracing and shit. So you're looking out for that sort of thing. But and it's interesting to see, like say, that these different mediums they have and their focus is on it. It's an interesting race, but I'm excited for it.
What do you think about like the messaging from Sony and Microsoft, because you've had Jim Ryan from the PlayStation side like stating in the lead up to this event that they believe, like PlayStation, they believe in generational leaps, and that they believe in creating games that you can only play on PS5 that harness the technology that they've created there. Whereas Microsoft have been quite open in saying that their first party titles will be playable on Xbox One and obviously PC, and the biggest kind of launch title that they're tabling is Halo Infinite. So if you don't upgrade to Series X, you can still play Halo Infinite. Now, how compromised that potentially is, we don't know. But which of these approaches are you personally more happy about, and which one would shift more consoles? Because for me, it's the one that shifts more consoles is Sony's approach, but the consumer-friendly approach, if you've got a Microsoft console, you're like, well, they're actually doing me a bit of not a favour, but this is helping me out, not having to sort of jump in early doors.
It's almost arrogance from PlayStation.
It totally is.
And the fact that they have almost essentially been fucking arrogant, haven't they? They ditched E3 and said, we're bigger than E3, we don't need it. I do like the balls out approach, I've got to say. But the
cock out as well. They get it all out.
All of it. But the consumer side, where you're like, well, they do see it as like a family of consoles, don't they? The Xbox S, the original Xbox, the Xbox One X, and now this one is sort of welcoming it into the family, where sort of PlayStation like, wow, fuck all them other ones we had. This is the new jam. If you ain't got it, you ain't having it. I'm torn. The consumer in me, side's saying, oh, well, Xbox are doing the ethical thing.
Yes.
Whereas the bad boys at PlayStation, you think, ooh, what are they doing over there? Cool, they're saying fuck the world.
Yeah, it is always that temptation to side with the bad boys, isn't it?
Yeah, the Ian Bothams of the world.
The Dark Arts, the Mavericks.
So, it's an interesting standpoint. But, like you say, they have got these very different messages.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if you're going to ask me to invest upwards of potentially £500 UK, 600 UK pounds in a next-gen console, you know what? I want the arrogance. I want the cock and balls out, because I want to be able to sit there and go, right, I'm playing this on PS5, and that's the only place you can play this.
That's the thing.
I'm getting a game experience that matches what I've paid for.
That's it. Yeah, and if you're getting a Halo 4 that's going to be optimized, because the majority of your sometimes I'll still knock it back on the old consoles.
And the majority of them will be on the original Xbox One, not even the X.
Yeah, so they've got 720p to deal with. Well, we've got to sort them fucking peasants out. Whereas PlayStation are like, no, mate, we ain't dealing with you fucks anymore.
700
you fucking
bones.
missed that for 6 hours. Give me 700 English pounds and you'll get this fucking router, mate. It'll glow up blue.
You'll get it. That's £100 per hour for Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that's what you're going to get as an exclusive. We're not even going to put that on the PS4 for you.
Right. Fans are double louder than the PS4, so you really know what you've got. You've got a fucking Extraction fan. Mop up the dust in your room and churns it out. Yeah, this fan thing, this is becoming almost fucking the soul part. I don't care about the games or anything anymore. It's about this fan noise. You have to go into the fucking game with a fucking decimal reader. Start can you boot this up for me, mate? I need to find out.
Yeah, it is an annoyance. My understanding is that they've been working hard, because it's a common complaint. Sony they're aware that's an issue. So I'm hoping that the reason why it's a monster and it's sort of designed the way it is for me in many ways is to keep the cooling up and keep the volume down. But yeah, it's definitely something to consider if it's overly loud and getting on your goat. I don't know if you were intoxicated, had some edible or whatever last week, but you said something to me that was almost completely mad. You'd suggested, I don't know if I took it out of context, that you may grab both the Xbox Series X and PS5 at launch or close to launch. Now, is that a genuine plan, or was that some sort of drugs sort of?
No, that is the plan. No, I've because obviously with lockdown and stuff, I wasn't working, so got a nice little payout from the government.
Yeah, cheers, Boris.
Cheers, Boris sorted me out. So I have got some leftover dollars that I'm like, well, we're not doing a holiday this year now.
No.
So if I put aside, 1,200 or something, it'd probably be more than that for the pair of them, plus games. So I think, I am. I liked it because I think since the original Xbox, I've always had both. I've never bought a PlayStation or an Xbox on release day.
No, nor have I.
Switch was the first console I ever bought on
Day
D1.
one. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just thinking I'm going to inevitably buy one.
Yes.
I'm not. Yeah, I think I'll definitely get the PlayStation 5 on day one. The Xbox maybe a little bit after, possibly, but I don't know. I get so sucked into the sort of
it's hard, isn't it?
That I know I'll just get excited, and if the money's there,
it has to be spent. You can't be sitting on that sort of money. You have to get rid of it in one way or another. It'll only go down the fucking
tips.
It'll only go up your nose, won't it? So you might.
That's exactly. Christmas tip coming in.
What if so you say for example you said right, day one I'm going to go PS5 or I want to go PS5 and then I might look at the Xbox later on, maybe a couple of months, maybe at the start of the new year, whatever. If the prices came out, what sort of price difference would it have to be for you to suddenly go, right, I can't justify the PS5 when the Xbox is, I don't know, 100 less, 200. Is there like a tipping point where you'd be like, it would be foolish of me to dive in on PS5 on this just because it's so much more expensive?
If it came out like, maybe if it's, 450, if they could, the Xbox One X is 450 and then, PlayStation was 600, that would be a real fucking gut wrencher. Because there's rumours that these SSDs are fucking expensive because they're so much powerful and they're like better than what top end PCs have apparently.
Yeah, I was reading actually an interesting video. Linus Tech Talk.
Oh yeah.
He put a video up a few days ago, talking about the SSDs because he was he'd got in a bit of a spat with someone online about who basically said, the SSD on the PS4 is like best in class or whatever, and miscommunication. But there's a video called "I've Disappointed, Embarrassed Myself," and he talks about the SSD. And primarily, Linus and the team are like a PC gamers; they're enthusiasts for the PCs. But he goes on to say there that actually, looking at the SSD of the PS5, it does look impressive, and that if it is embraced by developers, then the bottleneck or the lowest common denominator won't be the PS5 anymore. It'll be either an Xbox who hasn't got an SSD like this, or Master Race. Even that's his own words saying that. So I'd recommend Peter. Not saying he's the be or end all, but he's not.
No, but it's an interesting.
Knows his shit far more than what I do. So yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is going to be an interesting. I can't wait to see the reveals, but. I think it is going to divide a lot of people,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Xbox have got another event in July. I don't know what they're going to show there.
No, I thought it'd be
expecting a price.
Do you think they'll do it at the same time? Do you think they'll do release date and price?
The thing is, at some point,
they always used to do it at E3, didn't they?
Yeah, this is the point. This is the point. This time in 2013, we had all the prices and the release dates.
Really?
Like
was it
both
on
consoles?
The conference?
Yeah, they both.
Did they show? They showed the actual boxes before.
Yeah, they did like a showcase event earlier in the year.
Like, what's that little thing they used to do? Is it PlayStation Experience? Was it or something?
PSX was one of them. I think that's why they did the Pro, didn't they?
Yes.
I can't remember now, but yeah. So, are you expecting in July for Xbox to do a price or a release date, or perhaps a look at Lockhart, the digital only model?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
a game showcase because they got fucking railed for their gameplay half an hour job. He got absolutely crapped on for that. This
is the thing, is like when you go back to saying who do you think sort of winning at the minute, and that is, it just seems, as much as PlayStation have been arrogant and saying we're doing our own thing, the stuff that they're bringing out, it just does piss all over what Xbox is showing. They just seem to be sort of failing at what they're showing. Like with that last one, they did like their talking was all done through like a fucking Zoom call. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, you look at the Sony one, this was like, people thought they were CGI'd in, but the backgrounds are at least all dark, green screened. It looked far more professional.
Yeah, because I always wondered about what Quantum Dreams are doing now. They're not anything to do with that Man of Medan thing, are they?
No, they're not. No, that's Supermassive. But they've gone multi-plat now.
Oh, cool. So, PC and stuff now.
Yeah, so they've Jim Ryan's lost them, but yeah, I don't know it'd be interesting to see what Xbox do in July, whether it's a big blowout or whether they're just like, okay, we're going to keep it low key again. But at some point, if you're going to ask upwards of £450 UK minimum, let's just say that's the minimum it's going to cost. At some point, you've got to say, right, it's going to cost this much. Better start saving because some of you have lost all your jobs in the last fucking 3 months. So you want to give people a chance who want to get it to start that process of being like, right, I need X amount by X time. I'm going to start putting money away for it. And someone's got to go first at some point.
That's right. Was it Amazon that accidentally put like they said it was just like a placeholder or something, but that came up with £600.
Yeah, they said it was a mistake, but who knows? Who bloody knows? Someone knows somewhere.
But yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see. So when's that? July, is it?
Yeah, I don't think they've got a proper date just yet. As we're recording this, they haven't. I had a little look. It just said July. So hopefully...
At the end of that, what's it called? They said that there's gonna be more to come.
Tons more, Jim Ryan said.
Yeah, tons more. That's right. So
I'm gonna hold him to that.
Another one coming.
Yeah.
Sucks it out this week, imagine that.
Just absolutely stomped all over it. I wanted to quickly check in with, we've had PC Gaming Show, IGN Summer of Gaming, Future Game Show, the Guerrilla Collective. I've tried to sit through a couple of these and they are fucking dull as dishwater.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've bothered or not, but...
I've not had any of them, to be honest. I've seen on Twitter, but yeah. The Summer of Games one was like 4 or 5 hours long.
I know. It was like a 2-hour pre-show to it. And I was like, what are you doing, IGN?
Yeah.
It's your own thing. Anyway, my advice is don't bother. Go on sifted.net and then use their tool to sift through the stuff you want and find the trailers you want to watch. It's a great website for that, that's for sure. But my next question was going to be, what if this is now E3?
Yeah, imagine that if they get such good feedback from it, and like you say, PlayStation, that's what they're getting. I mean, everyone's saying that was such a good reveal and that. But yeah, they go, fuck it, we've just proved that we don't need that. I was thinking that today, like, it's so nice to not have those cringy press conferences.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, it's sort of the
That's
charm
part
of it. Yeah, I quite like it as much. It's like a sort of what's the word?
You've charmed me.
Yeah. What's it? Guilty pleasure. That's it. It's almost like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
To watch these fucking idiots bumbling on stage and trying to make a joke. It's hilarious.
Yeah, the one thing I miss mainly is all the big publisher showcases and conferences. So,
like you said with this one, we didn't have that sort of gameplay walkthrough.
No.
Normally get, which does get the hype going.
Yeah.
And yeah, the big conferences and stuff.
What I would like is that I don't actually mind PC Gaming Show, IGN Summer Games, Future Game, all this stuff. I actually think it's a good idea. But what I am thoroughly against is that for me to sit down on a Thursday to watch Sony's big blowout of the PS5 potentially, and then there's 4 other streams, each at least like 2 hours long, to sit through in like 1 week. I'm like, guys, I want, if E3 does go away or gets scaled back or whatever, I want June just to be dedicated to gaming. Like, have all the showcase, have all these little events, but then have them split over the weeks and over days, so that it's more easier for us to digest, rather than just going, right, there's 9 hours to sift through. Like,
sift through that. Find a game you like.
Find one game that you like out of all that. I can't
yeah, that is
tolerate
crazy. I mean, how quiet Nintendo have been out of this. There's no mention of us direct.
Fucking feet up, haven't they?
Nothing up there. They've just chucked out. Oh, Zelda's coming out, sort them.
We've had Animal Crossing. We've made $6 billion off that thanks to lockdown, so we can have our feet up. Yeah. Like I said, I missed the publisher showcases. I'd like June just to become like the gaming month.
Cyberpunk one coming this week, isn't there?
Oh,
that was delayed. It was like I forgot what it's called now, Night City thing. It's like it sounds like it's going to be another one of sort of walkthrough thing. So we know that's coming. There's something else. I think there's a Devolver. I think they sometimes tend to have their own conference. Ubisoft they're going to have a showcase, aren't they? And EA.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we've got some stuff piped into. Like I say, hopefully that will be spread apart, or otherwise we're just going to get the whole fucking lot in.
That's the week. I couldn't believe they did all that in one go, but it is what it is. And there's like 4 days of some of this stuff. I'm like, oh god, can't even get through day one. I'm already a day behind, so I've just binned it. But my dream is that we have a whole month dedicated. June is E3 month, and every week maybe we'll have 2 of these things tops, and it's
Yeah.
all nicely spread out. Can watch them all at my leisure, like soak in what I want, and then we can have a little chat about them on the following Monday. But I'm going to bring this to a close, I think. It's all over. We will be back next Monday with an assortment of chat, probably some video games, unless something in the industry completely blows open in the next 7 days. But we've got a lot of interesting video game chat coming up for you, and these are all for games that you can go off and buy or get on one of the many gaming services out there. So make sure you subscribe to this feed so you get notified when our next episode drops on Monday. And then, as also, if you want to support us, patreon.com/idle game chat is the way to do that. But nothing more for us to say this week other than thanks for your time and ta-da.
This was a Dimp Digital production.